uh, what kind of prescriptions? One is what can I write? So that has been very clearly defined by MCI that this is what you can write and this is what you can't write. Correct, Dr. Gulati? That is one part. But the prescription that is generated from the platform should be legal, right? That's the second part.
Yeah.
Now, can you address the first part, Dr. Gulati and Dr. Ravindra, if you could address the second part about prescription? This is very important. You can't generate a valid prescription from Skype, for example.
You see,
telephone
I can prescribe any over-the-counter medicine, no issues. Then medicines have been divided into Group A, Group B, and you can go through that appendix in the Medical Council of India document.
Right.
Now, initially, what they had said was that you could prescribe these medicines, you cannot prescribe these medicines. The category, like let's say the dermatological medicines, the eye drops or the ear drops, you could prescribe them. Then came the issue of antibiotics. Now, antibiotics come under Schedule H. Initially, could you use the Schedule H medicine without examining the patient? Over here, when you're doing a teleconsult with a specialist, it is presumed that the specialist would use his wisdom to the best of his skill and knowledge and prescribe accordingly. So the ball has been left the specialist's court to use an antibiotic if he feels, based upon his teleconsult or the examination or the indirect examination, if he feels that antibiotics can be given, he can be given. One has to be careful. Symptomatic treatment at time could get you into trouble. I have pain abdomen, I give you an antispasmodic, it could be myocardial infarction. I have pain in the abdomen, I give you antispasmodic, it could be appendicitis. So one has to be very careful with what you are prescribing till you are sure. Then there are certain restrictions on use of Schedule X drugs where the psychiatric medicines could not be used. But as of yesterday, the Medical Council has brought about a addendum to that. Now, like I said, it is a dynamic process and every day, day in and day out, certain changes are going to be brought in. So phenobarbitones and 3 categories of medicines have been brought in where you can prescribe the medicine on teleconsultations.
Fantastic.
So one just keeps on looking at this on a day-to-day basis. As the time progresses, we'll have more and more additions or deletions and more refining of the whole thing. Regarding the prescription part, one has to be careful of what the prescription is. It should have your name, your registration number, your contact number, your mail ID, the patient's identification, the patient's identification number. The medicine should be in a generic form, written in capital letters, the dosage, the time schedule, when it should be taken.
Thank you.
Dr. How many days it has to be taken, your signature, and the place must be identified over there.
I entirely agree with Dr. Gulati, sir, that there is a prescription format which is same that what it is prescribed in the Code of Ethics. It has to be followed, and the list either by the central government or the Medical Council of India is being updated, and it will be updated because it is a dynamic process. One has to follow it and totally stick to that list while prescribing it. But again, a very, very big caution has to be exercised if we are using prescription drugs, even though they are allowed. What if the patient has side effects and the implications thereof? So I entirely agree with what Dr. Gulati sir says on this point.
So what I hear about prescriptions is, let me conclude this on the prescription part. There is a list of drugs that the MCI has allowed us to prescribe without any problem using our own discretion. However, the prescription should be in a proper format, which is legal. The legal format, both of them went through it very fast. Let me explain it to you. It should have your name. It should have the letterhead, should have your name. It should have your registration number. It should have your address. It should have your qualifications. It should have your signature. It should also be date and time stamped. It should also identify the patient properly. So if all these things are generated by your system, then it's great. If it is not generated, then please do not write these prescriptions. They will be illegal.
One thing you missed, Shenoy.
Yes, sir.
Every prescription given by this platform needs to have a provisional diagnosis or the final diagnosis written on it very clearly.
Yeah.
You cannot give a prescription without this.